set for football now on a rainy Sunday afternoon. And we are underway from FedEx Field.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone.
And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down. So, CD, this defense, they know that they have to be at their very best when they're taking on a team here that's in the midst of a winning streak that's now stretched over multiple months, not weeks, months.
I think the challenge they put upon themselves is we want to be the guys to end that streak. And what's working in their favor, their winning streak on the other side. Sometimes that carries a burden with it because they feel like they have to play perfectly as well. Let's just go out there and get them is the idea.
Now a first carry for their fullback. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
These two teams met in our nation's capital earlier this season with the Commanders picking up the win at FedEx Field. So they're looking for another win here in Washington to take the season sweep.
Now a pass hauled in downfield.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
They go back to Pollard on second down.
And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough at run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. That opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
Now a first carry here for Robinson. And he's going to get 7 out of this. Being taken down at the 27. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3.
Second down and a run by Robinson.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
And he'll get this up to about the 40. The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Second down, Howell back to pass.
That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 36.
Robinson up the middle.
And a solid run down inside the 30. Less than a minute to go here in a scoreless first quarter to this point.
Robinson with another carry.
And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. They'll run with Gibson. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. This time they'll throw it with Howell. And he will find his man, Samuel.
Motherfucker.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. We're scoreless after one. So first and goal now from the 7-yard line. They'll run with Robinson. And a little bit of space there. Takes it inside the 5 to the 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. Robinson again. And he will take it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Brian Robinson Jr. with another touchdown. Number 24 on the year. And the Commanders post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Even though they might not find the number 1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot.
And I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick. Because a lot of the time you serve notice to the rest of the league that, hey, we're the team you need to deal with. We're the team that's going to be a real problem for you. And if they can continue this streak, they could very well be that team and gain that confidence that they're seeking as they head to the playoffs.
And confidence, that's the word I would use from our meetings with them. They said we're playing our best football right now. It is showing. And here's a leaping catch. He pulled it in. A gain there of 21 yards. Charles, to move the chains that time, they had to complete it into double coverage, and they got it done.
And it's never easy overcoming multiple defenders, but he sure made it look simple. Found the right spot to exploit and won his 1-on-2 matchup.
First down, Prescott. And he'll go right back to Lamb. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Great change up there on the route and got that inside release, made it a successful pitch and catch.
So the first thing you want to do is have him thinking that you're going outside, make a move in that direction. Then you really don't run the route against the whole body of the defender. You run against a half of him, and the inside half, and he took it right across his face, got inside, and won that route in a big way.
He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb, and it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Off the play fake, Prescott. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems so.
Yeah, well, there, certainly that leads to a play action sack. A surprising move to go for it predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off, and this defense will take over right at midfield. A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to Robinson now on 1st down. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end, or wide receiver that has taken home the MVP trophy.
And the best receivers I've talked with, they know that stat, and it drives them crazy because they understand that without a quarterback, they don't make the plays that they make. They also don't feel like they get enough credit for bailing out some of the throws the quarterbacks make.
Absolutely. Takes two to tango. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Powell. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Powell throwing on 3rd down here. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Osa Odighizuwa drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. Field goal unit and Joey Sly now. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt.
Oh, Freddie's watching you guys right now.
And that will extend their lead even further. So that one on target,
Freddie.
and it adds to this first half lead.
I guess Caddy's down there want to run some laps. Oh, he's going to go with this match here.
But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Prescott. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, 3 completions on 1st and 2nd down. It certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Prescott.
He just asked me if you had the new NASCAR moves. I said, yeah.
And unable to connect. Incomplete.
Who did, Freddie?
Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, when you've got a tight end who can run, you've got to give him a shot to unlock the defense. Want to see what they can get, taking the big shot downfield. That one winds up incomplete.
Now Prescott on 4th down. Eluding the pressure right. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bobby McCain. And the Commanders are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. He exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off.
Now on 2nd and 13, Powell. That's going to be caught downfield by McLaurin. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. It's a first down Washington on a pickup of 18.
And that's a nice throw right there. And I'll tell you what I've seen in recent times and actually watched a presentation in the offseason from a college offensive coordinator that showed about 10 different drills that he runs with his quarterbacks. to show them how to get out of the pocket, how to get comfortable when they're doing so, and to make plays under that type of duress. That's an example of what we're seeing the colleges deliver to the NFL.
Now a timeout signal for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Nice job there finding room to maneuver, and he worked his way into another first down. And look, they had great field position to start, but boy, they've done a nice job taking advantage of it.
Now they're just hoping to cap it off. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So 3 seconds here remain in the half on as the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. Sly able to put this one through, but now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. And that flag accepted. One last shot before the break. Howell to the end zone, but it's incomplete. So we've reached halftime here in our nation's capital with the Commanders on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments.
Why Freddie do that? Not even online.
Howell, he'll look to throw it. Flushed out right. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No first down. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down. So here we go, 4th down. Howell, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the offense will recover, but it won't make much difference here. This will still be a turnover on downs. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
A good solid game there on 1st down, but the defense has to be happy they didn't let it pop for anything bigger.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Pollard is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Now, definitely be a disappointment to come out of this starting position with just 3 points. They need to try to dial something up now, 3rd and 10. Pollard again, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard, that's rushing touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Cowboys are back within a score. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. Now left side on the swing pass. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackled him for a loss.
Throwing again on 2nd down.
Howell, Samuel bringing in the slant. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. Robinson will try to pick it up.
And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
77 yards rushing for him in this one as he starts to draw near to a 1,500-yard campaign. On the counter, this is Robinson. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. 13 yards there at a Washington 1st. A give up the middle to Gibson.
And he's got some space here. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
Here's Howell. That's into the crowd and intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football.
A feather in the cap for the defender, picking off one of the league's better quarterbacks so far this season, and add another feather in the cap for the coaches, too. Excellent game plan, and they had their guys aware of his ability to roll out and how to defend against it.
Following the interception, here's Prescott.
He'll fire this deep for Gallup. And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd and manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Prescott. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz.
And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the 1st down.
On 1st and 10, Prescott.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bobby McCain. And the Commanders are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
They'll start on the ground with Gibson.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
That one is slant to McLaurin.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Gibson again.
That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves him with 3rd down and just a yard to go.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
They'll run with McKissick. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 20-yard line. That's good for 28 yards. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10.
Straight ahead, Gibson.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Al now to throw it.
Escaping the pressure right. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, that takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we can make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it. And that's exactly what they did.
Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. So deep trouble here, backed up to their own 1-yard line for 2nd and long. Out of his end zone, Prescott.
On a bad time late for a poor throw. It's intercepted. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. Well, you knew you had to take some chances here with the clock winding down, needing a touchdown to win it, and that one might have just sealed their fate.
Yeah, and that's the nature of the 2-minute drill. The offense trying to go downfield and make their plays. But defenses, they're sitting back watching everything that they do, but not too far back. They want to be in position to make a play on the ball, and that they did.
3 yards is the gain that time, 2nd and goal.
One more time with Gibson.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown.
Antonio Gibson.
His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Commanders will add to their 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Bobby McCain. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington.
Antonio Gibson with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Commanders are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And after all those wins that they've reeled off, it seems that they finally have met their match in a big fourth-quarter hole. And that's caught inside the 35. And they're going to move it down inside the 25. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. Throwing again, Prescott on 2nd and 10. That is caught at the 7. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to them.
And my goodness, another interception. And the Commanders are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. That one looks like he'll throw here. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. They give him 16 yards there, and it's a Washington first down.
Well, normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one.
For the defense, they get to Howell. He'll go down here. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Powell rolling to his right. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 36. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, a little insult to injury here late in the game. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these 2 teams meet. But until then, this game's over. So it's Washington getting the victory here. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the 1 touchdown. And that was all she wrote.
I almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed.
27-7.
This type of performance you get. They can't fashion together any offense, no consistency, and they just took control.
Yeah, you sit here. What were you saying about NASCAR?
So for Washington,
well, Freddie hit me up. He wanted to, him and Chetty wanted to run some laps in the new cars, but they're not on.
All right, on. I ain't gonna stick around the wait for him.
Set to go after a Super
You
Bowl.
still here, Mike?
Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, They finish up the regular season with a mark of 12-5.
You gonna message from Patty and Freddie?
Who, me? No. There's Freddie right there.
Freddie just popped on.
Oh, okay. I'll switch over to NASCAR then.
Alright, well, I'll come.